This is the start of the Illinois Marathon. I was with the police department. My job was special events manager for Champaign Police Department. And so when the marathon started the process of planning, I was involved from the initial steps. And then when I retired from the police department, I was hired by the Illinois Marathon ownership group to continue doing emergency services coordination for them. To put it in comparison, Boston was 23,000 total runners. The Illinois Marathon is going to be right at 21,000. One of the biggest challenges is the fact that you're dealing with 26 miles of venue. This covers both Champaign and Urbana and in some unincorporated areas, as well as the University of Illinois. You have major venues with the Memorial Stadium and the start line. So yeah, it's a huge undertaking. We use, for example, just in the course area alone, over 600 course team volunteers. These are citizen volunteers who assist our law enforcement in controlling the route and keeping people from commingling with vehicles, which can be rather hazardous. For traffic-wise alone, we deal with about 60 intersections on course that need to be covered by police personnel, and then you also have the venue of the stadium and the start area that you have to cover with additional security personnel. You want to create an environment that people are comfortable in. They don't want to feel like they're being continually watched. So there's a balance, and so we'll have appropriate resources assigned so that we can create the balance, secure the areas we need to secure, and people can feel like it's safe and comfortable. We're not going to bring in a National Guard troop to monitor everything going on inside the stadium. That's overkill. It's about, again, that balance that you want to try to create so people are comfortable, but you've got your resources in place to respond to issues if something were to come up. We have 6 medical stations throughout the course, and they service the entire 26 miles. There's a lot of water stations that we have along the course as well, spaced out equally. And then we actually have a very great contingent of medical personnel from the fire departments and the ambulance services who are assigned to golf carts, and they actually move with the runners. The runners are going through the community. They're tracked by GPS, so we know exactly where they're at. So when we get a call, we can match the closest unit to where the incident is that needs the medical assistance.
We're here for any runners who need aid during the marathon. So if they're cramping up, if they're not feeling well, they come to us and we treat, and if they're good enough, they start the race again. If not, we'll transport them as needed. The worst I've seen, it's mostly cramping, a lot of chafing. Diabetics too at this point will have trouble. People were pretty much okay by the time they got to the finish line, but we're at the end of the race here, so things start to go wrong.
The biggest thing that makes this work so well is our communication, not just with our law enforcement, but our community. And so it really is an event for our community that the vast majority, I think, of the population like the event and what it does for our community.